Hey guys, welcome to Pilates and Yoga with Siri. Today's Pilates session is all about your obliques. So we're going to focus on all the muscles, external, internal muscles in and around your core. And because your body works as a system, you are going to feel the work downstream and upstream as well. So let's go ahead and start. Alright, so when you're ready, I'd like you to find a standing position. In your standing position, you're going to find your feet underneath your hips. The first thing we do in Pilates is we find alignment. So the feet, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, all aligned. I'd like you to take a nice shoulder roll, allow the shoulders to lift up and settle the arms down so the arms relax by the side of the body. I can see some comments coming through. So allow the arms to just relax by the side of the body. Feel the length in your spine, feel the feet pressing down into the floor, spread your toes, make sure that your weight is balanced on your feet. Take a nice deep in breath coming in through your nose. Let it lift your chest and release the breath back out through your mouth. And then do that again, breathing in, feeling the front, side and back of the ribcage filling up. And then let the breath release out through your mouth. That's the way we breathe in Pilates. On your next in-breath, think about your abdominal muscles, all the muscles around your core. As you breathe in, feel the belly button coming towards the spine. And as you breathe out, relax your belly all the way out. You're going to do this again. Next time inhale, pull the belly muscles in towards your spine. Find your 100%. And on the way out, release halfway so you still got some engagement left in your belly. And a little bit more for 30%. Stay there all the way through the class. So you can do the same with the pelvic floor muscles, pulling the muscles up and find 30% as you release. So the arms relaxing on the side, spine is long, neutral pelvis position, so your knees are slightly bent and the belly button drawing in towards the spine, 30%. So let's go ahead and start. You're going to take an in-breath to reach your arms towards the ceiling, take a little clasp, and then interlace your fingers, press the arms up towards the ceiling, take a long stretch. Take an inhale, bend your right knee and take a stretch across towards the right side. So you're going to find, or the left side, you're going to find the stretch and then come back to center, breathing in, breathing out, bend the right knee and take it across. Good job. One more time like this. This time as we come around, we may release the arms and reach a little further through the fingertips. Come back to center and opposite side across. Relax the arm and reach across through the fingertips. Great. Coming back to center, take one more nice stretch through the center, reach the arms up and allow the arms to relax back and down. So you're going to stay here and move through the shoulders. Next time as you inhale, reach the arms up. On the out breath, relax your arms back and down. Do two more like this. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out. Keep the belly muscles pulling in. One more time, breathing in to lift. And breathing out. This time you're going to bend your knees, squat down and reach the arms behind. Then we do it again. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knees bend and slide the arms back behind you. Good. When you bend your knees and you take that 45-degree angle in your little squat position or hip hinge, I'd like you to keep the belly in and don't let your back arch. Good. Little bend the knees. Good. Two more like this. Back out, full extension. And then the last one. Next time, just push your hips back and stay there. Good. Now allow your right arm to float forward and then the left arm to float forward. So you're going to swap for 4, 3, keep the breath flowing, 2, and 1. Good. Both arms to the front, slowly reaching up, reach the arms behind you. Take a clasp and press your crossed hands down towards the floor as you open up through the chest. Keep the spine long and the shoulders away from the ears. Good work. Let the hands go. You can stay with you where you are with your feet. Maybe walk it out a little bit. We find rotation in your spine. So reach your arms out in front of you. Palm of your hands come together. And your next inhale. Imagine you're an open book. Your right hand is going to reach towards the back. Keep your hips square as you look behind you. And then breathe out to bring your hands back together to the center. Same on the other side. Inhale to open, look behind. Exhale to come back to center. You might have noticed I've got a little bend in my knees. Let's a micro bend just to keep my pelvis in the position. So if you imagine you've got headlights on your hips, Then facing forward. You're turning through the back of your neck to the best of your abilities until you find a little pinch in between the shoulder blades. This is your last one each side. Good, the front arm's nice and straight. Reach through the fingers and find your way back to center. Great job. Relax your arms back and down and take a little shoulder roll. So we're going to come into a bit of a squatting position. So I'd like you to step your feet a bit wider, about 10-15 degrees out with the toes. And then let's squat and get your knees even warmer. So you're going to take an in-breath to push your hips back, reach the arms forward, and then out breath to come back to center. You do that again, hips back, reaching the arms forward, and back to center. 45 degrees is more than enough. If you can come a little bit deeper, that's great, but do not let your bottom go underneath the line of your knees. So you're gonna reach, lengthening, and releasing. Do one more. Great, well done. Now let the arms relax, bring the body weight into your right foot and allow the left toes to relax in front of you. You can rest your hands on your hips. Take an in-breath and then allow the right leg or the left leg to float up just about in line with your hip. Then relax the leg and touch your toes down and then bring the leg back up. So you're going to breathe out, breathe in. Push the breath out on the extension. So you can absolutely stay here. But if you want, we're going to add on just a little bit more. Next time, you're going to bring the leg up to that knee position in line with your hip, and then maybe extend. Then bend, touch down. One more like this, lift. You may be lowering the leg a little bit lower, that's fine, underneath the hip line. And then this time, we're just going to lift the leg up and hold. Find your knee out to the side, abduct the leg from the side. Bring it back to center. Two more like this. You can use your arms out to the side to counterbalance if you find it very tricky here. And keep your right knee slightly bent. Great. Coming back to center. Touch the foot down. Step back into that wide squat. Push your hips back. And lift back to center. 3 more. So you're going to bend those knees nice and deeply. Get the blood pumping in your legs. And then moving into the hip and knee joint. Good. Last one. Now this time we're going to lift up and we're going to step in. So you're going to find your weight on the left foot, knee bend, and the right leg in front of you. So let's do the same little sequence. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out, extend the leg and touch down. Any height is good. So even if it's underneath your hip height, it's okay. If you need to hold on to something, that's okay too. Sometimes it's tricky to balance. Simply some days we just off. Good work. So let's do 2 more like this. Gently touch down, pointing the foot, if that's accessible for you. And then if you wish to, you're going to only do 2. Lift the leg, extend, bend, touch down. This right knee wants to extend more as well. Make sure that it's not completely unlocked. Next time we just lift and we're going to open up with the hip joint, bring it out to the side and back to center. So a bit of abduction through the hip. Hip joint is a joint that can move with loads of different movements. So bring it back to center and then touch the foot down. This time we're just going to walk out and then let's find our roll up. So come to the kind of towards the back end of your mat with your feet hip width apart. Allow the chin to tuck towards your chest on the inhale, and on the out breath slowly mindfully roll yourself down towards the floor. So you're going to let your spine be rounding, the belly pulling in. Allowing the back and the shoulders, neck relax, hands maybe touch down. Take an in-breath here and then slowly roll yourself back to standing. Now this time as you come up to the standing, you let your arms reach towards the ceiling and then bring the hands behind you, open the chest, pull the chest forward. Good, let's do one more like this. So you're going to let your arms relax, the hands relaxing or sliding down, maybe in your thigh, maybe just dangling around. And you're going to create a C shape as you roll yourself down. Knees are bent as much as you need to be able to bring your upper body down towards the thighs. And then slowly roll yourself up in your own tempo. Stack your vertebrae one on top of the other. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. And bring the arms behind you. Take a clasp. We got one more like this. Let your arms relax. Slowly roll yourself down. And as we're working with obliques today, we're going to just add a little bit more lateral flexion of your spine. So this time, as you slowly roll yourself up, bring your arms above your head, take a clasp, and let your hands reach up towards the ceiling. So as we did to start with, bend your right knee and allow the body to tip over towards the right, reach across. Then come back to center and then bend the left knee and take the stretch across. Good. Relax your arms to center. Allow the arms to come behind your back, open your chest. And then let the chin tuck, slowly roll down through the spine. And this time we're going to stay down. So allow your knees to come down to the floor. Knees underneath your hips. I'm going to just take a few more lateral flexion to the feet underneath, the knees under hips. And let the arms reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. And then slowly take your right arm towards the floor and the left arm stretching over. Come back to center and do the other side. Now if you can't reach towards the floor, that's okay. You might be able to do it on one side and not the other. You can maybe just let your hand rest on your hip and reach across. Good. So remember to breathe and the chest and facing forward. Good. So just see how that feels in your spine. You want to keep the belly muscles pulling in and those intercostal muscles stretching in between your ribs. You're going to do one more. Reach your fingertips a little longer. Allow your head to relax. Last one here. And then slowly both arms down, breathing in, breathing out to relax the hips back. Great job. We are ready to get into our first exercise. So I'd like you to roll yourself over or lie yourself down on your back. You're going to have your feet hip-width apart. Supine setup position. Your arms relaxing by the side of your body. Feet as close to the bottom as feels comfortable for you. Take an in breath and feel the lower back pulling in towards the floor, and the out breath, belly towards the spine. And then we're going to start with a cross crawl. To get the abdominals warm, we're going to do a few abdominal curls. So inhale to reach the arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the fingertips towards your temples. Let your shoulders relax away. Tuck your chin towards the chest, inhale, and then exhale to curl up. So keep the eye gaze towards the belly, and then let the arms stay, elbows stay wide. Relax your head back and down. On the out breath, you lift, curl. So this really is just a small curl, a small crunch. I don't want you to sit up. I just want you to lift the top of your shoulders off the ground, and then find a C shape in your spine. When you curl, you get that squeeze. Rib cage down towards the hips. Good. So we're going to use a very similar motion when we do your cross crawls, except we're going to take this across. So the elbow is going to come across towards the opposite knee. So let's do it nice and slow. You're going to take an in breath. On an out breath, crunch yourself up and hold it there. And just take a twist. So you turn your right elbow towards your left knee, look over to the left, come back to center, and relax your upper body down. Same on the other side. You're going to crunch up and hold. A little twist to the right, elbows stay clear of the floor. Center and down. Option to stay here. So keep your feet down. If you want more, as you turn to your right or to the left, your right elbow comes towards the left knee comes towards the right elbow. And you're going to come back to center and release all the way down. So you notice you got a little break in the middle. So you're going to crunch up, pick up the left knee this time. Crunch across, center, and down. So you do it slow, you feel it. Let's do it one more slow, before we're going to pick up a bit of a pace. Great. So the rib is pressing down towards the opposite hip, your shoulder aiming towards the knee. Alright, if you're ready for a bit of a tempo, let's go. Straight from the ground, right elbow, left knee, and then touch down, head down, left elbow, right knee. And this is a very comfortable place to stay at. Think about keeping the chin gently tucked into the chest. Try not to look at the ceiling when you crunch. Or just only look at the ceiling when your head is down. And of course, why not? If you want to work a little bit harder, you're going to stay up all the way through. From right, we change to left. And then again. So you got about 16 to go here. That's 8 done. For the last 8, try and reach your leg away. As you crunch across, push the leg out. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the last one. Take an in breath, take an out breath, swap side. Hold it here. In breath, out breath. 2 more each side.
Keep squeezing, elbows stay wide. Keep the chin tucked in, reach the leg away. Maybe a little higher up if you need to. Or touch your toes down. Last one. Come back to center. And slowly release. You extend your arms and legs. With your left wrist, hold on to the right. Take a little stretch across. You're going to pull the right wrist so you got like your body like a banana shape on the top. And then the other way around. Left hand, left wrist be held by the right hand. And then just stretch across. Nice work. Back to center. Relax your arms down. So we got one more here. We bring the attention to the back of the body this time. But we're also going to work slightly into the obliques and the hips. So arms going to relax by the side, feet hips apart back into your supine setup. We start off with your normal shoulder reach or just your usual shoulder reach. So you're going to find a bit of a posterior to pelvic tilt, pulling the tailbone underneath you. Take an inhale and then exhale to slowly lift the bottom of the spine, the tailbone of the ground, and then slide the lower part of the spine and the mid part of the spine up until you find yourself creating a straight line from the knees to your shoulders, pressing down strongly through the feet and the shoulders. Take an inhale at the top and then slowly lower down, reversing that movement so the top of the spine, middle of the spine, lower part of the spine, slowly release back and down until you find your neutral position and on the floor. So let's go again. Slowly releasing, lifting. Now you're absolutely fine to stay with this one, but if you want to come with me and bring a bit of attention into the lower abdominals and obliques as well, you're going to come up to the top and find your right leg. Your right leg is going to gently slide out to the side until the leg is on the edge of the foot, and then bring it back to center, and then the left side. Bring it out to the side, and then back to the center. You can try and stay up high, and then take a little release after that. Great. Next time we're going to try and do 2 rounds. So we're slowly going to roll ourselves up. The hips stay facing the ceiling, only the knee rolling out to the side. The rest of the body is balancing. Bring it back to center, left side. So you're going to roll the foot onto the edge, and you're going to try and keep the right knee exactly where it is. Then you do one more. Move in your own tempo. Try to relax the upper body. Keep pressing down through the shoulders, not through the neck. Good. You feel the posterior chain engaging a little bit more here. And then slowly release back and down. Good. Last one. 3 rounds. You can stay with a single if you wish, or just roll up and down. Choose what feels right for you today. Right leg, slowly roll out to the side. We're keeping the hips up high. We keep pressing the hips up towards the ceiling, and they are in a level position. You might feel that you've got different range to work with each hip. So my right hip goes a little further, and that's okay. Just keep those hips facing up, hips, the belly pulling, and the glutes working. Nice. Take an inhale and slowly roll yourself down on the out breath. Fabulous work. And for the last little bit, I'd just like you to slowly roll yourself up. Allow the hips to find a position that feels right. Feel the engagement in the back of the body. And if it's accessible for you, reach the arms up towards the same palms facing towards each other, hands above the shoulders. Now here comes your little exercise that might work as well as body work. Right leg, left arm. Let them come away from the center. If you can, touch the back of the hand to the floor, and then come back to center. So other side, left hand, right leg, or the other way around, whichever way you go. So the opposite side. Good. So we're working into the back of the body, as well as you feel it in your obliques, into your hips, into the lower abdominals. All of the body, the core works as a system. Good. Now hold it here. Slowly, if you can, lift up to the heels, and then slowly start to release the hips, the top of the spine, middle spine, lower spine. And once your bottom touches the ground, the arms relax. And take an inhale. Knees comes towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug and a little roll side to side. And you're ready, roll yourself over to your side. Right side of the body. And you're going to find facing me with the in a kneeling position. So we're going to find our spinal flexion and extension. Elbow going to stay underneath the shoulder. The knees in line with your hip. And when you're ready, just bend your knees and allow the knees to stay, or the feet to stay behind your body line. You want to find a triangle shape underneath the side of your body, so don't let your body hang here. You pull a nice strong engagement in your core. So let's do some mermaids.
spinal extension flexions. So the arm that's free, relaxing on the top of your thigh, you're going to take an inhale, and then as you exhale, let your hips lift off the ground and reach the free arm up, either towards the ceiling or by your ear. And then slowly relax your hips down. Do not let the body go into that curl. Keep the side of the body off, and then go again. So gently press down through the hand that's on the floor, and you make sure that your elbow stays underneath your shoulder. For a little bit more, extend your top leg. Next time as you reach, lift up. You got the choice to lift the leg up with you. And then you slowly relax everything back and down towards the floor. So think about that slow motion. So what's happening? When you lower down, you're going to find the top of the bottom of the thigh, the top of the hip, thigh, and down to the hip. And the upper body stay in between 2 panes of glass. Great job. So let's do about 2 more. Relaxing back and down. Take your time. And then for the last couple, if you don't come in with me and taking the challenge, you don't touch down. So you're going to keep the hip off the ground, or that's it, the hip of the ground. Keeping the both hips up and off. Hips facing the front. Good, one more time. And of course you can do this on your toes. And then reach in and hold it here. Keeping the breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice. One more inhale. Exhale to slowly release all the way down. Push yourself up into seated position. 4-point kneeling with the legs, or in this figure 4. And now reaching the right arm across, taking a stretch so the right side of the body can relax. Great work. Well done. So find yourself in your 4-point kneeling position. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. So we're still working into the side of the body. You want your eye gaze just in front of your fingertips and a nice neutral spine. Let the belly pull in towards your spine. In your swimming exercise, you're going to take an inhale, and on your out breath, your right leg extends behind you. Option to touch your toes down, or you lift the leg up about line with your hip. Bring the right leg back on the inhale, and the exhale gonna lift your left leg up. Good. So just keep working with this single leg. Now, if it's possible, point your toes down towards the ceiling, towards the floor, and feel the engagement in the back of the body. The upper part of the body is like a window frame, hips and shoulders facing the floor. Now, if you'd like a bit more, right leg gonna extend, and at the same time you reach the left arm up and away from the center. Find your balance, palms facing towards the ceiling, release everything back to center on the opposite side. So the arm and leg reaching away. Think about creating a straight line from your fingertips through the body and into your heel. Move in your own tempo. So you might be moving slower than me. Don't rush. And you might be moving faster than me, but be sure that you breathe. Your option is to stay here, or maybe to work one at a time, so only the arm or only the leg. If you want more, extend your arm and leg and hold it there. Allow the arm and the leg to move out from the side, 45-degree abduction. Bring them back to the center and release everything back and down. Do that again, reaching the arm and the leg. Allow the arms and the leg to reach out 45, while your shoulders and hips stay center. Back to the middle and down. 2 more like this. So whenever you reach, the eye gaze stay exactly where it is. Your spine's not moving, your upper body is not twisting towards the arm. You're going to keep the belly pulling in. The hip that's in line with your knee, that's on the ground, is not pushing out. And if you struggle, touch your fingertips down. How are we getting on? Good, one more. Breath is very important here. Let it help you. Press down strongly, spreading those fingers, elbows stay soft. And then slowly release back. Allow the hips to push back. Reach the arms out in front of you. Take a long stretch. If you do feel that you need a little rest through the elbows or the wrists, bring the hands together and take a little roll through the wrists. Good work, well done. Gently lift yourself up and come into a seated position. So I'd like you to sit yourself down, facing me. Allow your legs to extend as wide as they comfortably go. Slight bend in the knees is fine. And if you feel around in your lower back, because of tight hamstrings, you can sit yourself up on a block or a cushion or whatever feels comfortable. So legs as wide as they feel comfortable. And again, oblique work and spine rotation with your sew. So you're going to take an inhale, find your hands in front of your heart, and then breathe out, reach your arms nice and long, wide by the side of the body. Nice and not very rigid, so still relaxing through the shoulder joint, the elbow joint. So in your sir, you've got 4 phases. You take an inhale, and you're gonna twist towards your right thigh. You're gonna take an exhale and reach the right hand, back of the hand to the outside of the right leg. Inhale, lift back up, keep the twist. Exhale to find your way back to the center, to the middle. All on the other side. So keep the belly in, do not let arch happen through the back. Turn as you inhale, exhale, back arm reaching towards the back, front arm outside the leg or shin. Lifting up, inhale, exhale back to center. And then we do that again. So we're gonna twist, reach, lift, and center. So as you sit here, you wanna keep your sit bones down. The back arm is long and straight, and the thumb down towards the floor. You go as far as you go with the twist, and you're gonna feel the muscles working in your obliques, in the core, as well as in your spine, electrospinae in your spine. So muscles in your spine, very important as you age. You're gonna keep those muscles active. And of course, we wanna look after our spine. So you do your best to keep the pressure. As you keep the pressure on it, you keep working with the spine, the less trouble you're going to get as you get older. Great job, let's do one more. Good, remember it's okay to bend your knees slightly if you need to, absolutely fine. And don't be proud, sit yourself up on a cushion if you experience any back pain. Good. Now the bonus, you're gonna turn and add passes. You're gonna turn towards the right or the left, and you're gonna go 1, 2, lift, center, other side, turn, reach, reach, lift, center. One more round, hips, back of the hips stay down, and you try your best to fold your body over. Keep the chin tucked in, and bring the upper body in line with your thigh, or toward your thigh. Good, lifting up, center, relax your hands down, well done. Bend your knees, feet about a bit wider than your hips, hands behind you. And then just take a little roll towards the right and the left with your hips. A bit of windscreen wiper. Again, one of the best dynamic way to release your hips or release the tension you may have built up in your sitting position. Good. Okay, let's find a kneeling position, knees and feet together. You're gonna find yourself up on your knees. So in your kneeling position, we're gonna work into the obliques again. Hello obliques, lifting up. Hips width apart with your knees. Take an inhale to reach both arms up towards the ceiling. I'd like you to bring your left fingertips towards your temples so you're not holding onto the back of your neck. Great. So I'd like you to take a nice big reach into the left fingertips. Good. And then as you're ready, I'd like you to take a little stretch over to the left side. And lift back up, take it over to the right. And just your left arm, reaching down towards the floor. And lifting up and across to the right. Good, one more like this. Reaching down towards the floor. Take it up, reach it across to the right. Good, come back to center. Both thumbs up, right fingertips. Nice, when you're ready, reach it down. Or actually first here, this way. And then bring it down towards the floor. Good, so the hands pointing down towards the floor. Crunch through the side of the body, the lateral flexion through the spine, and then keep the body in between 2 panes of glass. Good, last one like this. Reach and release. This time reaching up, breathing in, both fingertips come towards the temples, and just take a little crunch towards the left side, a little crunch towards the right side. Great, one more time like this. So let's add a bit of intensity. You want to reach the rib down towards the front, towards the same side, the hip. This time, turn to the left and hold it there. Reach your left hand towards the floor and add 3 passes. 3, 2, 1, and back to center, right side. Twist first or crunch first, and then reach the hand for 3, 2, 1. Keep that left elbow open and back to center. One more round with the 3. So you're going to tip first, and then reach and go for 3, 2, 1. Back to center, opposite side. Tip first, reach down and touch towards the floor. You may or may not touch the ground. All right, here we go. Let's add on. You're gonna tip and you go for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep this left hip open facing me. 2, 1. Straight away over to the other side. Tip and reach down. And 7 and 6. So can you try and touch the floor? Good. Just listen to your spine, see how it feels. Maybe stay up a little higher if you need to. 2, 1. Center. Shall we go for it? 16. Let's do it. Turn and go. 16, 15, 14. All the way down to 1. So you're gonna do your counting. Let's do for 8, 7. If you need to take a break, you can do that anytime. Listen to your body. 4, 3, 2, 1. Center. We got one more side. Across and then touch down. 15, 14. So that can you reach a little lower? Can you keep the body in between 2 panes of glass so the hips facing forward? Good work. Well done. So last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center. Relax your arms and sit your hips back. Let your rest right hand relax on the floor and take a little stretch across. And then float forward and to the other side. Stretch down through the left side of the body. One more time like this, on the right side. Stretch here and across other side. Reach your arm forward and away. Fabulous work. Right, and let's go down on the left side of the body this time. So you're gonna find your ab underneath your shoulder. Your legs extended in line with your hip with the knee, and then bend your knees so the feet come towards the back. Let the shoulders relax away. Get a triangle, engage your belly, and reach or relax your top arm on the thigh. On your next inhale, take an inhale in the chest, and then let your hips lift as you lift. Reach the arm either towards the ceiling or towards the side of the head, and then relax back and down, taking your time. Good, and then think about how you lift. You lift the hip, the top of the thigh, the bottom of the thigh body stays in between 2 panes of glass. That's the motto for today, and then slowly release. Bottom of the thigh, top of the thigh, and the hip. Whenever you reach down, your body comes automatically. So as you come closer towards the floor, your body automatically wants to just flop down. You want to control that. So as you come closer towards the floor, you keep the triangle. You don't let your ribs come towards the floor. Do 2 more like this. Keep reaching out of the floor. Think about those hip bones facing forward like headlights in the night sky. And then one more time. Lifting, you maybe lift the leg. So you're going to have the option to take a rest, the option to stay where you are, or maybe lift with the arm and the legs away, reaching away. Taking your time to come back. And then extension of both legs is the hardest option, so you can still lower and lift your hips if you wish. Good, last one. This time we're gonna hold. Long straight line from the toes towards your fingertips, and then breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax your hips and the arm. Nice work. Sit yourself up, figure 4 sitting position or whatever feels comfortable, and reach the left arm across so you stretch down the left side of the body. And with the last little work challenge coming up on your back. Couple of exercises. So you're going to allow yourself to find the lying position. You can roll yourself down or use your forearms to come down. Feet gonna be hip width apart. You're going to take that supine position, so the belly, pulling in the arms by the side of your body. So let's find again our obliques, right? There are 2 exercises. First gonna focus on the upper part, second gonna focus on the lower part. Taking an inhale, exhale to reach the arms towards the ceiling and bring your fingertips towards the temple. Take an inhale, tuck your chin, lift your eye gaze towards your knees, and then reach your hands towards the outside of the ankle. So you're gonna lean across, right shoulder comes towards the right hip. Coming back to center, relax the head back and down. Same on the other side. So you're gonna lift up, left hand outside the left shin, come back to center, and down. The chin stays tucked in all the way through, and as you reach, the left elbow stays open here, and down.
So you can stay here, right? Absolutely fine. You'll be fine here. If you want a bit more, inhale, exhale to find tabletop. That's where your knees above the hip, the shin parallel. You're gonna crunch up, reach towards the outside, back to center, and down. And do that again. Crunch up, reach towards the outside, back to center, and down. We're gonna do one more like this. Crunching up, reaching, center, and down. Last one. Crunch, reach, center, down. Great job. Keep your legs where they are. If you need to keep your feet down, that's okay. Reach the arms nice and wide by the side of your body. Shoulders relax in a way. Lower back stays connected towards the floor. So pull the bed on the knees in. Knees and feet gonna come together. I'm gonna think about working with your legs as a unit. So you're gonna take an inhale, exhale to start to lower both knees down towards the right side. So you're gonna feel the body rolling over to the right side, 45 degrees or so. Keep the shoulders down and then bring the knees back to the center. Try to keep the tabletop and then the knees down on the left, 45 degrees. So you want to keep both shoulders on the floor. Serpent twist. Works lovely to shape your waistline. And of course, it's working your obliques, your lower abdominals, muscles in the hip. Great. So you can stay with this one. That's absolutely fine. And if you do want a little bit more, you're just going to start with the extension of one leg. So allow your left leg to extend and take a slow roll across towards your right side. You may be able to go a little further. Come back to center and then swap sides. You're going to extend your right leg and roll yourself over towards the left. Great work, well done. Coming back to center. One more round like this, so just a single. Shoulders stay down. We feel a lovely stretch in the lower back as well as work. So right leg extends, rolls over to the left. Good. Come back to center. Allow both legs to reach towards the ceiling. And the feet can be right above the hip, maybe a little closer towards the hip, but keep your tailbone down. Take an inhale, exhale to reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin towards your chest, and we're gonna go for 8 little passes. So when you're ready. 8, 7, 6, 5, bend your knees if you need to, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let your hands come back towards your temples, bend your knees, feet down if you need to, and we've got a combination. So then to touch your heels if you remember. So when you're ready, breathe in, breathe out. Tuck your chin, lift the head, and then reach your right hand towards the outside of the right shin, back to center. Relax your head, left side, lift, crunch, center, down. Arms come wide, left leg extends, and then we're gonna roll over to the right. Good, come back to center, bend your left knee, extend your right leg, come over to the left. Good, reach your feet, toes up towards the ceiling, point the toes away. If you want, bend your knees, arms reaching, you know what's coming. Reach towards your fingertips, or towards your toes. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep the chin tucked in. 4. Lift the shoulders. 2, 1. Bring the fingertips to temples. One more round. Bend your knees. Feet down if you need to. You're gonna crunch. Reach. Center. Down. You can extend your legs if you wish. And outside of the ankle. Down. Arms come wide. Left leg extends. Roll over to the right side of the hip. Come back to center, swaps legs. So right leg extends. Roll over to the left side. Good. Both leg extends. 16 to finish. This is the end. Arms reach, knees bend if you need to, and let's go. 16, 15, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Break if you need it, otherwise 8 more. 7, 6. Keep reaching, keep crunching. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let your knees bend, touch your toes down. Before you extend, just let your arms reach by the side and take a little roll through the neck. So look to the right, look to the left. Maybe allow the legs to come into a windscreen wipe as well. So as you look to the right, let the knees come to the left and the other face around. And when you feel ready, extend your arms, extend your legs, reach the arms and legs away.
Press your fingertips away from you and stretch right to the front of the body. Allow the engagement, leave the body, leave the core, and then keep breathing deeply into your core, into the belly. So let's take a nice little stretch as you come back to center. Find your feet just about hip width apart, and then slowly edge your feet toward each other, the knees falling out naturally to the side, so the feet come toward each other. And you can just stay here and relax, the arms relax by the side of the body, the hips in an open position. Hopefully that feels great. You can place your feet up on the top of a pillow if you find them very hard to bring them toward each other, or you can just keep the feet separately away from each other, let the knees roll out as far as they go. Good, so we're taking a few nourishing breaths in here before we move on to other stretches. And I think I need to stretch the side of the body today. So as we're coming back to the center, we are going to bring the knees and the feet toward each other. And you're going to let the right leg lift up and extend towards the ceiling. So you might grab the back of the leg, the shin, or the back of the thigh. And just press in through that heel, feel a little stretch down the back of the leg. As you keep your spine long on the floor, try to relax your upper body. Bend your right knee and place the right ankle on the top of your left knee. Allow the knee to stay open here. Stay here, or tuck your chin, crunch, and then lift the left leg off the ground. Reach through the window, and you can grab the back of your left thigh or the top of your left shin, and then slowly relax your upper body back into the floor. So you're going to find a gentle stretch in the hip, the opening of the hip, and the glutes, of course. So the left foot that's up in the air can take a few circles, or a few maybe flexing, pointing position if that feels right for your ankle. Or you can just stay and chill. So take just another couple of breaths in here. Make sure that you relax into the stretch, it's very important, that's when the stretch really happens. And on the next out breath, slowly allow the left foot to come back and down. Allow the right leg to extend towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, touch the foot down, and extend opposite side. So left leg lifts, holding onto the back of the leg, wherever that feels comfortable for you. So listen to your body, and remember, you want to find a bit of length in the leg, so pressing through the heel is okay. And if you do need to bend the knee because of maybe a bit of tightness in your hamstrings or lower back, that's fine, you still feel the stretch in the back of the legs. It's a great idea to maybe use a little hand towel, or if you've got a strap or a band, bring it to the back of your foot and hold it onto either side, and that's when you find that you might find even more stretch here. So your next inhale, bend your knee, place the left foot on the top of the right knee, open it up, stay or choose the crunch of the upper body, and then reach in to the back of the right thigh, maybe the top of the right shin, and then letting that left foot be flexed to protect your knee. Open position, you decide how close you're going to bring the knee towards your chest. If you find yourself tilting the head up here so the chin is up, next time I'd like you to find cushioning underneath your head. So bring a pillow, a cushion underneath, so you've got the right alignment in your spine. Good, so taking one more in breath here, or maybe let's do a couple, to get a bit of benefit of that lovely stretch in your hip and glutes. And on the next out breath, slowly relax the foot back and down. Both knees come together. The arms reach nice and wide. Inhale, and both knees going to roll down towards the right side. If you'd like a little bit more than that, you're going to pick up your hips and push the hip over to the left side a bit more, and then bring in the knees further up towards the armpits, so you get a deeper stretch into the lower back. The rotation happens from your tailbone up towards the top of your spine, and if you want to complete that rotation, you take your eye gaze down your left arm. And you just keep reaching out of the arms, keeping the shoulders down, finding the range that works for you, maybe a bit towards the middle, maybe further away from the middle. But it's always finding that place that feels good for you. We are all individuals, so we feel it different way, different places. Take one more inhale, and on your next out breath, very slowly, roll yourself back to the center. You might even place the foot back and down, Bring the hip back to the center, back to the right place. And then you maybe reach your hips over to the right side, come up onto the left side of your hip, and then you're gonna turn yourself over to the left. So you're gonna bring your knees either higher up to the armpit or back closer towards the middle. So choose what feels right for you. And again, you may pick up your head and look down on the right arm, stretching in the lower back. And then the side of the body is a great feeling here. Or it feels great for me anyway. Hopefully it is for you. Try to relax into the stretch. Sometimes you're holding on to it. So can you take an in breath? And on the out breath, can you maybe give me a big sigh? So just release. Out through the mouth. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, roll yourself over to your left side. Push yourself up, so you're coming into a seated position. In your seated position, any cross-legged position that feels right, bend your knees or lift yourself up onto a block if you need to, cushion, even sit on a chair if that one will feel most comfortable. And then let your hands relax at the side of your body. Gently press into the left fingertips, allow the left fingertips to walk a little further and reach the right arm up and across. The left elbow may bend and come towards the ground. You may even touch the ground, but don't force it. Just feel a position where the right side of the body is completely open. Now this time you can breathe freely into those intercostal muscles and stretch them as you reach for the fingertips. If you get any trouble with your shoulder, your arm might reach towards the ceiling. You may even bend the elbow and rest the hand at the back of your head. Good, so one more inhale. And then exhale to reach the arm up and across. Touch your right hand down, maybe walk the fingertips away. And then allow the left arm to reach across, touching the elbow towards the floor. Finding the stretch. And if you need to come up a bit higher, that's okay. If you need to bend the elbow, that's okay. Don't force yourself to do things that don't feel right. Breathing in, reaching into the fingertips, and breathing out to coming back to center. Great work. So let's finish with a quick twist. Take an inhale and then take a little look over towards your right side. So I'd like you just to walk your left fingertips in front of you, the right fingertips behind you, and literally take half spinal extension as you look over to the right. Good. Inhale and exhale to release. Bring the right fingertips to the center in front of you and the left fingertips behind. Inhale, press into the floor. Exhale, look over to the left. Keep the length from that spine. You may look a little further back with your eye gaze. One more inhale. And exhale to release everything back to center. So that was your oblique focused Pilates session for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, comments, feedback, please don't forget to put a comment in. Otherwise, you can subscribe to my channel if you wish and check out other videos. Thank you so much for sharing this class with me. Bye bye.